Hello everyone, this is Snowbird Bob back again with today. Today is Sunday, January the 5th, 2020. Today is Sunday's summary. Um, I told y'all I was going to start to release a short little summary update every Sunday for the general public out there. Now today's video is going to be a lot longer than the videos that's going to be starting to be coming every Sunday just for the public. If you're not a subscriber or you're not a supporter out there. And what we're going to we got a lot to talk about today. So I don't know how long this video is going to last. It may last 8 minutes, it may last 15 minutes, but it's going to be on the upcoming pattern out there. And all of us, all across the forecast area from Texas out to the Carolinas, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, the Ohio Valley, we are serious when it comes to our winter weather, cold and snow chances. I know I get a lot of feedback. I appreciate all the feedback on the page there. Some of y'all saying that, it's not looking like a pattern change from other sources, and NOAA's 6 to 10 day outlook, and I believe their 10 to 14 day outlook is warm, and this and that and other. And everybody has got I don't know how to say it. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion out there. And what y'all really not seeing is NOAA's not going out 20 or 30 days here. Yeah, over the next 6, 7 days, maybe 10 to 14 days, it's going to be warmer than average for much of the forecast area. In fact, I'm still thinking we see a pattern change mid-month. Uh, the European model, the GFS, all the ensembles is been very consistent on a big time Arctic cold shot coming into the region as we head around the January 15th. So when I say pattern change, going into a pattern change starting mid-month, I really believe, I'm about 95% confident, we go from seeing way above normal temperatures to colder weather. Now, overall, I don't think the big pattern change is going to take shape until later on up into January, and hopefully February we can get it out there. We can get into a good pattern, and I'm going to try to explain why and how I think we can get there. Um, and I know a lot of y'all out there, not a lot of y'all, but I've seen a couple people posting the page saying, you've been saying the pattern change coming all winter long. No, I have not. If you've been following, if you're a supporter and a subscriber, you know that I predicted to have an average to above average December through the forecast area, and I predicted a little colder than average November. So far my forecast has been probably about 95% accuracy, and I'm hoping to keep that this year. And but anyway, what we got going for us right now is basically hardly nothing. I mean, we've about lost all of our snowpack across the Midwest and the upper plains here because of a lot of this warm air that we've been having here. Um, we really need we don't have to have these, but the teleconnections like a negative NAO, a negative AO, you really need a negative WPO and a WEPO and a slightly positive PNA to really get the pattern changed up. We hadn't had any of that over the past, I don't know, probably month or maybe a little longer than that. So all the teleconnections has not been going in our favor. So that's allowed for the Pacific jet to be stronger, and we're bringing in all this Pacific air across here and just getting these little cool shots. And it's not really seeing a good cold winter pattern out there. This winter is really not. We really hadn't had a winter yet, but we can't write the winter off yet. A lot of y'all out there, maybe I say again, a lot of y'all, some of y'all out there are already starting to write winter off. Winter just basically started December 21st. Why aren't we writing winter off yet when we've seen some of the warmest first halves of the winter to turn out to be some of the best winters in history? For instance, all we got to go back is about 4 or 5 years. Go back to that winter of 2014 14, 15. I believe it was on. Yeah, I think it was 14, 15. All the way up until February, we didn't have hardly any winter weather or cold, sustainable cold in the forecast area. And then we get on up into mid-February, into the first week of March. And then the pattern just changes so in such a big way that we get three winter storms. I mean, we three winter storms basically back to back to back from around February 15th to March the 10th. Over much of the forecast area has seen that, all the way down to I-20, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, northern Georgia, Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky. We all seen that. In fact, a lot of this area up in northwest Arkansas and northeastern Oklahoma hadn't been on our winter storm warning in over 1,700 days. You got to go all the way back to, I believe, the early March of 2015 before y'all was under a winter storm warning. So it's been a rough 4 or 5 years out there. We really hadn't seen much in the way of winter precipitation. We got that early December snow in 2017 that run from around Natchez, Mississippi, up to Jackson, Birmingham, Atlanta. Some suburbs of northern Atlanta seen a foot of snow. We really hadn't had a whole lot of wintry weather out there. And here's the deal. I think the main deal right now is we have a, let me bring it up here, see if I got this up here. What I got up here, this is the CFS V2 is showing 850 millibar temperature anomaly. This is temperatures at 5,000 feet, departures from average this time of the year. And you can see our problem. I mean, our problem is real easy to see. We have a trough in the west where it's really cold up in Alaska and to western Canada, down into the western United States here, and then we got this strong southeast ridge with this big ridge up into the eastern half of the United States, basically east of the Rocky Mountains here. And with this pattern the way it is, a trough here and a ridge here, you're not going to get cold and winter weather into our forecast area down here. And it's going to be hard to come by even up along I-70. I mean, just like I've always said this too, even in a warm pattern like we're in, it don't take but a 1, 2, or 1 to 3 day cold period, and you can get some big time winter weather for sleet, ice, or snow. We've seen, in fact, some of the forecasts has seen the most winter weather in a 1 to 3 day cold snap, and then it warms back up and the snow starts to melt and ice starts to melt. In history like that. Now we've seen some big ones too in some cold periods, but you don't have to be in a major cold pattern, and you don't have to have severe cold to get winter weather. You just need marginal cold air at the surface and aloft to produce some winter weather out there. Now this is going to change. I really think as we head toward the January 15th forward, we're going into a major pattern change. And when I say major, I mean major. We're going to be going from temperatures 15 to 25 degrees below average back down to average. And there's going to be some periods that will go below average temperatures. And also, I think it's even going to get colder as we go up into the end of this month and to the 1st of February. So we can take it out here and you can see as we get on, this is January. First, let's back it up. This is January the 6th to January 13th on here. You can see we get warmer and warmer. The temperature anomalies for our area and the eastern part of the United States is just well above average. But you can see the changes are starting to take place. And the main reasons they're starting to take place is because the EPO and the WPO in the Pacific, it's going to start to go negative, and what that's going to allow a ridge to start to build up into the northern Pacific here and into Alaska, and eventually it's going to retrograde across. The actual ridge is going to retrograde a little bit further west into Canada and the western part of the United States here. And the further we go up into January and early February, you can see that now we got a ridge up into the western part of North America and the United States, and where it's going to be warmer than average temperatures at the surface and aloft up here. So you just flipping the pattern. I mean, it's all just a perfect flip, a 180. You go from a trough out west into a big ridge. and then a big trough across the central, southern, and eastern part of the United States. So it's going to take a little bit to get there. So I think that's where we're going to head to as we go out starting starting January 15th, 16th. We're going to have a big time cold shot come in. It's not going to be, record breaking cold or nothing like that. We're going to watch out for some winter weather. I'm not going to get into details on the winter weather and the ice potential and all that right here on this video. You can check all that out and stay up to date on the supporter feature and the website feature. But I think we're going to go into this pattern as we head into late month into early February, and I think we stay in there all the way out in at least the first half of February. So major pattern change on the way as we head into late this month into February. I mean, you can see this. Look, we go from that, to that. That's totally opposite from each other. Now, I got another couple things on here I would like to show y'all this here. This is the 12Z GFS temperature anomalies. Look at the blowtorch going on across the entire forecast area. Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, East Coast here, all the way up to the Northeast and Michigan and Wisconsin. All this is well above average temperatures, but look at this. Got a major cold shot of cold air in the wings here as we get out. Look at my date there, January the 15th time frame. Major pattern change. Take it out here. We're cutting these temperatures from 20, 30 degrees below average to, well below average. I know we're not going to 20, 30 degrees below average, but you can look at that. Look, we go January 15th, mid-month time frame, and it just wipes it out. And I really don't think we see a return of this right here no more this winter, at least for the rest of January, after January 15 on up to at least February 15th. It may even last into March on there. It may get a little warmer at times, but I can take it all the way out there to see it shows it tries to warm up a little bit, but the warm up is very short-lived. So, and plus you can't really trust the models out that far out there. But let's see if I got anything else that I want to talk about. Now this here is showing the, it don't show all of it on here because my screen is not far enough, but I can kind of show you that this is the EPO. This is the Eastern Pacific Oscillation. All the models and ensembles is pretty much taken the EPO and the WPO into the negative phase out there as we head around that January 15th time frame. So it's going to take the atmosphere a little bit time to respond. What that's going to help do is going to help this to do this right here. Right here. I was looking at this. I found this on the internet here. See, it says negative EPO. Right now, we got totally opposite of this. We don't have anything working in our favor whatsoever out there. Like I said, we got a big trough out here and a ridge just pumping in warm air and lots of precipitation. We're going to be dealing with severe weather next week and possibly the week after, and a lot of flooding rainfall over the next 7 to 10 days and some warm weather. But then I think we flip here. You see a negative EPO here. A negative EPO is when we start, and a negative WPO is going to allow the pattern to change. Okay, so it's going to allow for, just depends on how, if we can get this ridge on up into closer to, I think it's the Bering Straits here, up into Alaska. Depends on how strong we can get this ridge and what it allows cross-polar flow from Siberia all the way down into Canada, down into the United States here. If you can see this good enough, it's kind of small probably on your phone. If you're watching on your phone, you can probably see it better on a laptop. But a EPO and a WPO is going to allow for Arctic cold to build up into western Canada and to Canada. And we're going to have plenty of cold air. That's another thing that I left out. In fact, I want to go back and show you all that. Plenty of cold air to be tapped into. In fact, 70% of the cold air in the northern hemisphere is going to be on our side of the globe. So we got that working in our favor. So everything is not in our favor right now, but as we move forward in time, I think we're going to go into a colder pattern, much colder pattern, and we're going to end the winter, hopefully, with a bang out there. And I think it will be. I really, really think it will be. But this showing where it's got the trough in the central, southern, eastern part of the United States, you get cold air. You got that Pacific jet that stays active. So it's just a matter of time before our area sees our chances of winter weather right now. out there. I wanted to show y'all one other thing out there. I think this is it right here. Yeah, this is the latest JFS 12Z JFS operational model. Temperatures January the 15th, Wednesday. Okay, you can see this here. You got temperatures in the 60s and 70s out in front of this cold front. And like I said, major pattern change around mid-month. If that's not a major pattern change, I don't know what is. And it's just a step-down process from that forward. Like I said, if you want to keep up with all my details as we move forward, just, I appreciate if you come up a supporter or a website subscriber out there. Supporters are $4.99 a month, and website subscriber, I believe, is $29.95 a year. It's about $2.40 a month. But look at that. We go through there. That's some real cold air, and maybe even colder than that. A lot of times these models underdo cold air. I mean, you got temperatures in the single digits all the way down to southern Missouri, in the low teens across much of Oklahoma, northern Arkansas, freezing, below freezing, all the way down to central Louisiana, deep south Texas here. Take it out, highs only in the 20s across the northern part of the forecast area, and lows below freezing. Almost the entire forecast area is in the teens and 20s out there. And look at all this major, major cold up into Alaska. I'm sorry, into Canada here, and it's not just a little area of cold air that's in Canada. A lot of times you see a little area of cold air up into Western Canada, and it kind of drop down. No, this is coast to coast. We got 20 below zero in far western Canada, and then you got 20 below zero in far eastern Canada on here. So we got plenty of cold air to tap into. So and I think when the pattern does change, and also another thing that's going to be going in our favor is when we get this western trough to retrograde, as it's coming, it's going to create a battle zone somewhere across the area, whether it's in the central part of the forecast area or the northwestern part of the forecast area. I think that we're going to see some chances, a lot of good chances of winter weather. And I think we're going to watch out for the potential of icing potential, because a lot of this cold air is going to be very, very dense and shallow. Maybe 2,000 to 4,000 feet deep. So when we get some of this cold Arctic air comes in, tries to fight against the southeast ridge as we making this pattern change, we could get some precipitation falling up and over that cold air, produce some ice and potential. It's no way to know where, when, or if this will happen, but what I've been looking at, and from my experience over the years, I think we could see that. Definitely see that. And then we go and get on up into late this month and early February. I think the whole forecast area will be fair game for some winter weather out there. But hopefully it changes like this. Hopefully that I'm right, because I want y'all to see a lot of snow and a lot of sleet and winter weather and cold out there, just as much as you do. In fact, I said the other day that I would rather y'all see a lot of winter weather than me up here in central Missouri up here, because I mean I know it, you got to look at it this way. I mean, we do live in the south, pretty much the forecast area, and it's real hard to get winter weather down here, any particular year. But a lot of things have to come together to get winter weather. But I mean, I think our chances is going to be 99% better after we hit mid-month forward, because it can't get any worse. I mean, we got temperatures in the 60s, 70s. I mean, temperatures run 20, 30 degrees above average. So once we get down to average and slightly below average, if we get any storm systems to come through, our chances of winter weather is going to be almost 100% better than what they are now. But even if we don't go into a very strong, cold, sustainable cold pattern, it only takes 1, 2, 3 day little cold snap to come through, and then timing the system, if we get a system that comes through and the timing comes together just right, can produce a major winter storm or snowstorm. We really don't want to see any ice out there. Ice is the most destructive thing out there. It is pretty to look at, but people lose power, and it's just really, really dangerous out there for the, if we get any major ice like that. I'm thinking that's all I have for y'all today. Let me kind of look through and make sure. But I believe that is all I have for y'all today. We take one more last look at that CFS on there. This would be a beautiful pattern right here. Total flip-flop from just warm to just cold, and the sustainable cold across much of the eastern half of the country out there. But anyway, that's all I have for y'all today. I know it's been a very, very long video, but I was just trying to give y'all my opinions on what I think may take place down the road. I'm no winter weather expert, and I'm not certified meteorologist or anything like that. I'm just going off. I mean, I did go 3 years to college to get my meteorology degree at ULM, that's University in Monroe, Louisiana, down there. I didn't finish on certain reasons, but anyway, just going off my 20 plus years of experience, and that's the way I think it's going to take place out there. And I hope I'm right, because I know a lot of y'all is going to be happy out there to see winter weather, because especially y'all in this little area up here, 1,700 something days without a winter storm warning. Unbelievable of a snow drought going on. And like I said, the last 4 or 5 winters has been horrible. I mean, you may have a handful of events across the area, and that's all we really got out there. But anyway, that's all I have for y'all today. In the future, my videos will be about two or 3 minutes long every Sunday. And if y'all want to get everything, like I said, supporter and website subscriber out there. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your Sunday, everyone.